I recently had a case where the father came in to see me. He was being alleged to have neglected his daughter. The furthest thing could be from the truth. The maternal grandmother was alleging to DCF that the mother was on drugs and that father knew or should have known about this, and that while father was caretaking for one of the girls, he was sleeping, according to another child that was allegedly part of the visitation, but was not father's daughter. So a further look at the situation, it revealed that when speaking to various collaterals, such as my client's family, that he had never had this child that was not his on visitation with his daughter. And the allegations that this child was making just physically could not have happened. Why? Because the child was never part and parcel of visitation with my client, with his daughter. He never took the other child because the other child was not his. He had no standing. He had no permission nor rights to have that child with him, with his daughter, when he was visiting with his daughter. So all the bogus false allegations by this child against my client about her sister were just untruthful. Now you say, so well, why would someone do that? It's called leverage. The grandmother's now in probate and family court trying to get guardianship of the two girls. To do that, she's gonna have to make or find a way to have father found unfit as well as the mother. Now again, the mother had a terrible problem with drugs and alcohol, and father has dealt with this for a long time. But the problem is that you've got a grandmother now who's looking for leverage in the probate and family court to put the same stink that she put on the mother, to spread that stink to the father. DCF investigated the case. DCF looked at all the evidence. DCF spoke to all the collaterals, much to their credit. And when all was said and all was done, there was no neglect allegations against my client. He'd never neglected this child. He'd never been in the same room with these two sisters at any time. And so when DCF was all said and all was done, it was abundantly clear, all the evidence and all the statements by all the witnesses that we collected, father hadn't done anything wrong. And he knew about mom's alcohol problem and drug problem, and he tried as best he could to help mom. And the best way he could do that was to have as much visitation as was humanly possible with his children, to help them as well, and he did that. And all that was said and all was done, DCF, much to their credit, did the right thing. And he didn't rule against my client for neglect. And they saw the evidence, broke it down, and reached the only conclusion they could have reached. Father didn't do it. And so now, father's gonna go back into probate court, and DCF suggesting, recommended he do nurturing classes. Wouldn't hurt anybody. I'm all for it. And they also wanna make sure that dad's in therapy, which he is. And dad also happens to be a veteran. And needless to say, I have a very soft spot in my heart for all veterans, because they were willing to do something that I never had to do. And that was go defend this great country. So we all have the right to freedom of speech and freedom of travel and the freedom that this great country gives us.